guys, how you going? Look, I'm fortunate enough to be able to be in Perth at this time, and as you can see behind me, I'm just standing outside of ITECHWORLD. So I've been lucky enough to arrange a tour of their building and provide you guys with some more information about their products. As you know, I've been using their products for a little while now, highly recommend them, and they've been nice enough to give me a discount code for all my YouTube viewers. So we're going to go inside now and take a look. Well, here I am, ITECHWORLD in Perth. Where are we, Burswood?
Yeah, just down in Burswood in Western Australia.
And this is the man, Dylan. How are you, mate?
Good to see you, mate.
I made it. How about that?
Yeah, nice.
This is absolutely awesome, display here. You got everything everywhere, mate. This is just great. Seeing it in real life, mate. It's great.
Yeah, it's good to have you here.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, no. Yeah. I've been really loving the products, and of course you sent me the battery station to check out.
Yeah, the PS2000.
Yeah, and I'm just on the back of coming back from Fraser Island straight over to Perth. And I'll tell you what, that thing performed really well, eh?
That's good.
It was awesome. Yeah. So no, this is great. And what's your role, mate? What do you do?
Yes, I'm the marketing manager here,
yep.
So I'll take care of all anything that you see online, anything you see in the paper, or anything that you see in anywhere else, such as events and stuff. But yeah, we make sure that getting the message out so people understand what's happening.
Mate, I think you're getting the message out. I've seen ads just popping up everywhere, mate, all over the place.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we do.
Yeah, no, that's great. All right, well, what are you going to do? Show me around?
Yeah, we'll give you the tour. I'll pass you over to Aiden. He's one of our floor guys. He takes care of anyone that comes into our shop here in Burswood.
Nice,
I'll get him to show you around, so I'll pass you across to him.
Right. So my name's Aiden, I work here at ITECHWORLD, and this is the shop floor that we have here. It's based in Perth, WA, so nice open place here, so if you want to come in store and have a bit of a look at us. I work on the sales floor. It's me and Andy that's out here most of the time, and yeah, we do most of the product rundowns. If you need any help or answers to be sold, we do them all here, so it's pretty easy.
So Aiden, you're the man.
Yeah, well, not always, but I'll try to do my best I can. But yeah, it's pretty nice and open. As you can see, we've got stock everywhere and it's quite handy. You've got solar panels on the ground here, and yeah, batteries galore, inverters and all that. So, take
us through some of what you got here, mate.
Yeah, I'll run you through. So we'll start down the line here. So these are our lithium cranking batteries. So these ones are pretty new to the range. So new technology, has our BMS inside. These are all engine bay rated, all engine bay safe, which is quite handy. When you're obviously putting it in places like that and they're going to get wet, they're IP67 proof, so you don't have to worry about water getting into them, which is quite handy. But yeah, these are the greatest innovation that we've had recently. With these, you do have to get a couple of things installed, so you have to get a smart battery select for these ones, just so your DC charger, obviously being lithium, it comes at a different voltage, and your DC charger just has to recognise that one. So bit of a different technology, but yeah, nice brand new one to the market. And can run your high-powered winches and all that stuff off of it with ease.
Mate, Aiden, I've got a Prado, as you know, and word on those batteries is that they can go flat because they hold their voltage so well. Mate, you've got an answer for that. What's that?
Yeah, so with those ones, you just have to buy a smart battery select. So that just changes the voltage between your DC, so the current that goes to your DC charger between this one and your auxiliary battery. And it just recognises that this is a lithium profile for it. So I'll move down the line. So these are standard lithium deep cycle batteries. So they range anywhere from your small little 7 amp hour to your big 200 amp hour. These ones have cylindrical cells in it, so it's a bit of a different cell type. All with our BMS inside, which all these batteries that I show you all allow to be charged from pre-existing chargers. So from your AGM, your standard ones, so you don't actually have to swap over anything. It's literally just bolt-in replacements, which makes your life easier. You don't have to pay the extra money to go buy a brand new DC charger. It's all ready to go.
I'll just ask you quickly, so what if you don't? What if you do keep running it? Does it, like long term?
Long term it doesn't affect the battery. So the internals of this battery with the battery monitoring system inside allows it to take the charge. So normally it's about voltage regulation. This one internally will just pick up it's a different change and just accept the charge. So it's just really smart, intelligent inside. Like so much is going on within this battery. It's unbelievable. But yeah, it just makes we've done it so it makes everyone's life easy. You don't have to worry about it.
No, that's awesome.
So yeah,
and a lot of the Prados have the smart alternators. So
so fixed variable voltage alternators.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one is quite handy, especially if you do get one of our DC chargers as well. They both pick it up and they both do it. So if you have an isolator in this one, it works perfectly fine as well.
So Aiden, I mean, the best scenario, if you can, is to grab a DC charger. That would be the optimum way of doing things, really. But you can still do it without it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So these batteries, it does not matter. With ours, obviously there is some bonuses of having the DC charger, but it's not going to be the end of the world. Like if you don't want to fork out the extra money to pay the extra, it will work perfectly fine, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So we've got a few battery boxes here. So we have our standard 12 volt, I go further, and then I go further DC mounted. So these ones are pretty good to the market actually. So they make portable power, so you can put your battery inside, and then obviously you've got all your SIG plugs in here, so you can put like your fridge in, a couple of USBs, and a high-powered USB-C in there as well, which is quite handy. And on the side it does have your Anderson plugs, so it has a big 175 amp Anderson, so if you want to plug your inverter in, this one will be able to work that off easy. So it's quite handy, and then a couple of Anderson pins on the side on this one, so if you do want to plug more accessories in, you can do it to the side.
There, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's quite handy, this one, and it comes up with a nice display.
Yep.
So it shows you all your voltage and your percentage, just so you can keep on top of it, which is quite handy.
So a technical question, sorry.
Yeah.
So with that display, so that comes off a shunt?
So this one doesn't come off a shunt. It's actually wired directly to the battery. Okay. So this one has a actual computer chip inside of it that's not shut through a shunt, but it reads it pretty accurately, so you don't have to worry about that one. Seeing that it's mounted into the box as well, so it's designed to be built into there.
Yeah, awesome, mate.
Easy. And then this one is one with the DC charger mounted on top. So it's quite handy having a DC charger mounted on top. Obviously you can charge it from your start battery while you drive, which is quite handy. And then also has your solar input. So this one has an MPPT regulator into it, which is, what allows you to put the solar in. It does have a few extra Andersons on the side here. So it has your 3-pin for your negative, positive, and your smart ignition source of your car. So we actually have just started introducing the 3-pin Anderson. Just makes life easier, more modular. You can plug it in and out, which is quite handy. And then this one's just your solar input for that one as well. So it comes with a DC, and don't have to worry about getting that extra. It's all there, ready to go.
Yeah, nice.
And then we'll move along. These are our brand new control hubs. So we bought these out, not even a month ago now. So they're brand new to the market. We have them mounted with our DC chargers on it as well, and then you can also get the standard one. These ones make life a lot easier if you're not great at wiring, or like myself, I was at the point where I hate wiring to do it, but these ones made life easier. So you've got a ton of Andersons on the side, and we have your 3-pin and your solar input here, and then we've got 4 extra inputs for your Andersons on the side. Each switch is individually wired as well, so if you want to have camp lights, fridges all sorted, you can just hook them directly up to the switches, which is quite handy. And then obviously a few spare SIG lighters and USBs there as well. Same display as the Go Further, so it's quite a good battery reader, so it gives you a percentage and a voltage, which is quite handy. And it is all internally fused as well, so you don't have to worry about buying an extra fuse holder or anything like that. It's all fused together, which is nice and easy. And it just goes in easy as hooking up to the battery terminals here, and then running your cables to your DC to your start battery. And we do sell a couple kits here where you get like all the wiring, the DC and the battery, and it makes life real easy for setting up. It's all DIY, this stuff, so you can do it all yourself. Comes with all the instructions, so instead of going to an auto electrician, you can do it all yourself, which is just makes life easy.
And safe.
Yeah, exactly, we'll go up to the wall now. So these are all our products here that we sell. So these are like our inverters, our BC chargers, DC chargers, and solar regulators. We'll start up top left. So this is our 40 MPPT. So we do have a couple. We have a 20 PMW and a 40 MPPT and a 10 MPPT, just depending on what size or how much solar you have on your car, can vary between which size regulator you need. The 40 can do up to 720 watts of solar, so quite a lot, and being an MPPT regulator, it puts in a much more efficient charge than the standard PMW one.
Sorry, how much solar?
720 watts, which is
good for the caravan, mate.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have 720 watts going into it, you'll be laughing on power, to be honest. But yeah, so MPPT is much better regulator than the PMW, just puts in more of efficient charge, which makes quicker charging for when you're on the road and when you're out and about and you need that quick charge.
That's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. We'll move down to the DC chargers. So we have our 40 amp DC charger and our 25 amp DC charger. We've made it all modular with the Anderson plugs here, so you can plug it in and out and make it so you can take the DC charger in and out, which makes your life easier as well. It has the solar input, the auxiliary input, and then your start input. So your positive negative from your start battery, positive negative to your auxiliary battery, and then a plug-in for your solar. So normally they plug in solar blankets to the DC charger. So the DC 40 can actually take up to 720 watts as well of solar, so it's quite a big charger. And the 25 can take up to 500 watts of solar. So quite a fair bit going through that one, and it just shows you the two variable rates that it can charge at. We'll move on down to this is our small little battery monitor in here. It comes with one of these bad boys, the shunt. So it makes life easier, like if you want to have a look at your battery and get a diagnostic of how it's going and how much charge it has left. It's just wired up to the negative side of your terminal. It's easy as just getting a little leapfrog cable, hooking it up and plugging it in. And it's literally that easy to monitor your battery safely, see how many amp hours you have left, how many watts are going in and out, and just general health on the battery, which makes traveling even better, even lighter, which is easy. We do have our DC chargers, so our 40 and our 20. So these are for charging off 240 volt. Makes charging quite efficient. So if you're at a powered side or campsite, you quickly plug in and they'll charge your battery up real quick and fast, which is handy. And then I'll move on. These are our inverters. So we have a few inverters here. We have the 400, 1000, 2000, 3000, and a few variations of the 2000, 3000. So the 1000 is really good if you want to run your small 240 volt appliances. So anything from your fridges to your microwaves can run off that, and like small things, which is quite handy. 400, you're probably looking about battery chargers for like power tools and stuff like that, and they'll run that easy. 2000 is where you do a bit of a step up. This one can run most like appliances. So if you're doing like induction stoves, coffee machines, air fryers.
Aircon.
Yeah. If you push it on the aircon, you can. But yeah, it's quite good. I've got one of those in my setup. It makes a world of difference, honestly. 240 volt out when you're camping is like a world above everything else, which is quite handy. This is our 3000 watt inverter here. So this is our big bad boy. If you want to run your big air cons in your caravans, run anything, this one can do it, which is quite handy. Most people mount these in caravans, but I've seen them in canopies. So people are running through, running air cons in the back of like a rooftop tent. I've seen people do that one, which is quite hectic setup, but does the job. So
Lamping, mate.
Don't we love it all? And then these are our ATS and RCD protection inverters. So these have them integrated into these.
And this is a new product, mate?
Yeah, these are a brand new product to us. So we've just designed these. So normally when you have to go to an auto sparky, you have to get these installed externally. We've actually put this internally inside the inverter. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah, it just makes your life easier, auto sparky's life easier. All he's got to do is just hook it up to the terminals and wire it to your caravan. So the RCD just allows you to, if you have a voltage spike and you're obviously with the inverter, it stops you from getting electrocuted, which is always a good thing, I hope. And then it has
That'll ruin your camping quick smart, wouldn't it?
Quick jump start won't hurt. And then it has an automatic transfer switch, so it actually recognises when you plug into 240 volt mains power. So it automatically flicks over the system to go off that 240 volt instead of through the inverter. Wow. And it also stops the inverter from being fried if the 240 volt goes the opposite way through the inverter, which just normally would cook it, but this one has all the internals where it doesn't, which is quite handy. Yeah. And it's only $200 extra than your standard inverter, and it saves you probably almost $1,000 at an auto sparky. So
that's a great idea, mate. I'll be coming back to get one of these for sure.
So that's why we've designed these ones. They're selling out like crazy recently. So people have gone, oh, you've got the standard one and we've got a brand new one. They go, yeah, we'll take one of them. Makes our life easier, makes your life easier. So great, easy way to go. And then brand new. So this is our X range. So these are our orange top engine bay rated batteries. So they're all IP67 waterproof. The only batteries on the market that can actually go in your engine bay and that are waterproof, which is quite handy. They're all internally heat shielded, and they're also rattle resistant, so obviously being in an engine bay where it's nice and wobbly every 5 seconds, it's quite handy. So we've got the 120X Pro, the 120X, and the 240X Pro. The 120X is what's in the Prado at the moment, I believe. Yes,
it is.
So
it's beautifully, mate. Snug fit.
Yeah, so this is the 120X Pro is normally the standard N70 sizing, but Toyota have done their N70 tray that's some reason smaller than the rest, so this one slots in nice and perfectly. So
that was a great idea.
Yeah, which is the same for like all your Hiluxes and your 200 series. So it's all across the board. So this one just slots straight in. Being in the engine bay saves up a bit of room in the back, and you can store it all in there.
Now, so, can I interrupt? Sorry.
Yeah.
We were back at the cranking battery. So is that the same size too? That cranking battery?
Yeah. So that cranking battery is a standard N70 sizing.
Awesome.
So the cranking battery fits in perfectly as well.
Wow.
So they perfectly both fit in for you, which is quite handy. The 120X has 105 usable amp hours. So this one's a bit of a smaller battery, has 120 cells but 105 usable.
How do you do that? How do you get the same amount of power into that battery that was in that battery?
So we've actually got prismatic cells. So it's a new type of cell type, which just makes it more compact. You just make, I don't know how they do it, but it just makes it smaller with more power, which is easier. So those have got cylindrical cells, the old batteries down there. So these are a bit newer, a bit more better technology, higher BMS in these ones. So the discharge rates of these ones, you're looking at 150 amps continuous discharge for life, and then these ones you can do like 175 for 5 minutes as well, so they're quite high peak discharges. And then the 240, being a large battery, can discharge quite a lot more, which is quite handy. But we'll keep moving down the line as well. So these are 100 Slimlines and 200 Slimline range. So we have the 100SS and the 100SX. This one is a full IP67 waterproof as well. So this one is soon to be an orange top one, hopefully in the near future, we hope. And then these are 100 and 200 SS. So these are in the metal hard cases, normally mounted in canopies. If you want to put up in the canopy wall, they're nice between that little gap normally. And even in like wheel arches, some people put it like in between there, which is quite handy.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so these are a bit different setup. If you push for space, these ones slot in perfectly, which is
I like this one you got lying down.
Yeah, the 100SS.
Yeah.
So this one's pretty new to us. It comes with easy to access Anderson pins on the side instead of normal terminals, which is a bit different, but it makes it for even better access. So I've got this one married up with my control hub and the 2000 watt inverter, and this one works in perfectly, which is quite handy, and it's just detachable here and there, so if you want to take it out, you can, and you can leave it in there.
So something like that looks like you can stick it behind your back seat or something.
Well, I've even heard of in the new Y62 Patrols, you can lift up where the spare wheel would have been if you've got like a Kmart bar, and slip them in, and it works perfectly apparently. So it's quite handy having these ones. They're quite thin as well, so they're nice and compact, and you can take them anywhere, which is handy. I'll run you over to these ones. So these are our new power banks here. So we've recently just got these in stock. So we've got 10 kpd, 5 kpd, 10 mag, which is a bit of a different one. If you want your wireless charging, you can pull it up, magnetic, and it sticks and holds, which is quite handy. And then we've got 10 kpd Pro, which is just a bit of a fancy one. There's a clear one, has high powered charging as well, so you can run it for a bit longer and a bit better. We do have 20 kpd and 30 kpd. This one can run all the way up to your laptops and stuff like that, which is which is really high powered, which is quite handy if you're on the go and you want to charge at
It's so small.
So they're nice and compact, so they can fit nicely straight into the pocket, so if you go straight in, won't even notice that they're smaller than your phone, which is quite handy, and they just sit on there quite nicely. Like with the mag, mine just sits on straight on there and it runs all good.
Wireless charging.
Nice. Easy.
They take long to charge back up when you run them down?
These ones, it's quite quick. So these ones take not even an hour to charge up to fully after you drain them completely down, which is quite handy.
Yeah, nice.
And then we'll move on. So we've got our jump starters here. So we have our full range of jump starters.
Mate, look at that, yes.
So we have this is our small one. So if you're looking to jump like small petrols, this one can do it easy. We've got our 2000A, which is a bit bigger of a jump starter, can do up to your 3-litre diesels. So if you've got small like Colorados and stuff like that, these ones do it, and even your Hiluxes. And then we step up to the big boy, the JS80. This one's our 3000 amp jump starter, can practically jump anything.
Wow.
If it's 12 volt, it'll jump it. Just put it to that. So it can jump all the way up to an 8-litre diesel. So if you've got a big V8 Chev truck or something like that, it can do it easy. Comes with a few adaptions here, so it comes with like a female cigarette outlet. So you can actually run like an Ingle fridge off this one, or any fridge for that matter, and it will run it. So it runs a 40-litre Ingle for about 6 hours. So
gee, that's all right.
Quite a fair lot of time, which is easy, and it's easy to work as well. So you just open it up.
So has it got your standard USB plugs on it and all that kind of stuff?
So I'll run you through these. So it's got your standard USBs on here if you want to charge from it down here. So you just plug them straight in, which is nice and easy. And then it's got your DC input, which is just your female cigarette. You can plug that one into there. And then this is your high-powered USB-C charging port, which is quite handy.
Yeah.
And then to jumpstart, all you need to do is plug it straight into there, click the button, it'll start flashing, hook it up to your terminals, go over to your car, turn your key on, and it'll go from there, which is easy. Makes especially solo camping, if you don't have anyone around, makes it for a good safety reliable thing.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, we were just having that chat, weren't we? I said I'll do a bit of solo camping with the Prado.
Yep.
And it's normally you don't find out your cranking battery's gone until you get a nice cold morning and you go, oh.
Yeah, exactly. So this one it provides that insurance for you.
Yep.
So you don't ever have to worry about not getting out of a place when you've got this one with you. And with the addition of running your fridge, if your battery does go out, your auxiliary battery even, you can run your fridge off of it.
Yeah.
So you're keeping all your food cold while your battery's charging back up.
Now, Aiden, again, they're pretty quick to charge up. Like what the?
So these ones are lightning quick off 240 volt. They'll charge up in under 2 hours for these ones. So there's quite a big battery in here, and then off 12 volt it will take obviously a little bit longer, less charge, but it still charges it within 4 hours for this one.
Wow.
So quite handy. These charge, you can plug it in your cig lighter while you drive around, and it'll charge up off of that, and then you just put it in the glove box, and then whip it out when you need to, which is quite handy. This one is one of our best sellers here. So between this and the X range, this one sells out the most, which is quite handy. Easy, and then
it obviously comes in a little box here, I see. So
yeah, so it comes with a hard case, so if you're throwing it around, it's going to last a time, so it's quite handy.
That's awesome, mate.
These ones move down, so these are the big power stations here.
Oh, here we go, yeah.
So this is all the setups that you ever want. We'll start down the bottom, so these are our 300p and our 300 Pro.
Yep.
So these are 25 amp hour batteries in here with a nice 300 watt inverter. So these ones can run anything from like sleep app machines to TVs, Starlinks, a big one off of these ones, even a fridge for like 12 hours, which is quite handy. They come with a multitude of inputs from your USB, USB-Cs, your 5mm inputs, your 240 volt plug obviously to run your 240 volt appliances, and it's all nice and compact, nice and light and carryable, so you can pick it up, throw it around, and it lasts the test of time, this one, which is quite handy. And then we move up to 50, so this one's our 500p, this one. So it has a 50 amp hour battery in it, 500 watt inverter, which is quite handy. Comes with a few SIGs and a 5mm and USB-Cs as well. So this one is double what this one is, so it can run double the amount of products, can last double the amount of time, which is quite handy. So you're looking about a full day run off of an Ingle fridge, and an 85 litre will do this one for a day straight, which is quite handy. And then you jump up even bigger. This one's a 1300p. This one has a 100 amp hour battery in it, so doubling it again. So you're looking about 3 days run time for an Ingle fridge off this one alone without any charge. And then you can charge these ones from 240 volt, 12 volt and solar input. So you can do it for all of these across the board. They have it all inbuilt, so it has your DC, your BC and your solar regulator all inbuilt to it. So it's all there ready to go. This one does have a big 1300 watt inverter, so you can run your coffee machine off of it, and even like your air fryer and stuff like that. So if you want to live, if you want to live in luxury, this one can do it as well, which is quite handy. And then we'll take one big step up. This is our big PS2000. So this is the one that's been in the Prado.
Like generator, mate.
Yeah.
I've been loving it.
Easy. So this one has been replacing our generators recently, actually. So without the sound, without the petrol, without the smell. Just wipes it all out for you. You can charge it obviously 12 volt, 240 volt solar input. You can take all of it, which is quite handy. Has a big 2000 watt inverter, which is the big jump up between these two. This can run your induction stoves.
Works well on Fraser Island, mate.
Yeah, especially with all the sand and all that. Works perfectly fine.
I was very impressed actually.
It's got a nice big display here as well, which is quite handy. So it shows you your percentage, your hours left run time, and it shows you input and output in watts as well. Which, quite a nice display. Has obviously an internally shunt installed inside, so that's how we get this big display on it. And yeah, the battery in this one's 160 amp hours, so it's massive. You don't even have to worry about it. This can run an Ingle fridge 5 to 6 days straight without even hiccuping. If you plug in a solar blanket, you'll be laughing for power. You won't ever see a decrease almost, which is quite handy. And then yeah, this one is our generator here. So like I said, PS2000 is almost replacing these generators at the moment. So the last time I sold one of these was a couple weeks ago even. These ones have been flying off the shelves.
Wow.
Yeah, these two compared to each other. We went to a show just recently. It was actually, it was Sydney, I believe. That was the last one. And we sold a magnitude of these. I think we sold like almost 30 plus compared to these ones where we sold only a few hand in hand.
Well, I mean, why now? Why would you?
Yeah, exactly.
Noisy. Yeah, you have to take fuel. This on here.
Yeah, it's all it in one. So yeah, this is a 2.2 kVA generator. It's great for running all the things that PS2000 is. So like your induction stoves, your air fryers, and all that stuff can run it all off that.
Yeah.
Which is nice and handy. Just a bit of old tech.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for all of it. I'll run over the solar blankets and all our solar inputs.
So sounds good, mate.
Yeah, so these are our solar panel range. So we've got a couple here. So we've got 100 watt, 200 watt and 300 watt. They respectively put about 5, 10, 15 amps in each. And they do come with all your accessories that you need. So it comes with like a 5-meter extension cable, your solar regulator, and then your alligator clips to hook on. And it all comes with easy Anderson plugs, just like this one. So you just plug straight in, makes your life a hell of a lot easier as well. So it's quite handy having this, so you don't have to go and buy an extra thing or two. Just comes with all of it, which is nice. These are good for on the go, obviously. If you're camping out the back of the 4-drive, you can just whack one of these out in the sun while you're packed up in the shade, and it'll charge up your batteries. And yeah, perfect addition if you're running like a power station or even just on a standard battery. They're perfect to run. If you don't want a hard frame mounted up, these are the ones to run with. So it's nice and perfect. We do have a couple hard frames, so we have a 42 volt one and a 22 volt, just depending on what setup you're kind of going with. The 42 volt is normally for your standard 24 volt system, so a bit of a high powered one, but is just a bit more efficient in like lower light, so it'll always put a charge in, whereas the 22 volt will put a much more efficient charge in and is more standard for like 12 volt systems, which is quite better. So it'll run about anywhere from 7 to 9 amps, the hard frame solar panel, and that's 150 watts of solar there. So if you married up with one of our solar regulators, yeah, you'll be putting in a lot of power through that one.
So you could put that on your top of your 4-drive pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they actually mount in straight, so we sell brackets that mount straight into the Rhino racks, so it just slots straight in.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about it. Yeah, so that's pretty much all the product range that we have here, and then yeah, probably be coming out with new stuff in the near future, but stay posted and we'll bring them out and we'll do another review on them.
That's
Love coming in the store, seeing new people, meeting the camera. Always been a bit camera shy, but there's ours. And Andy's all here, Adam's hanging around, so all good.
Well guys, there you have it, ITECHWORLD. They are as good in person as they are when you talk to them on the phone or find their stuff online. So very nice. Aiden's gives a good rundown of all the products. He's done a sensational job. He's only been here for just under 6 months, so he's very good on the product knowledge, very impressed. So look, don't forget, they've always got sales on, but they've given me a discount code for anyone that's watching, Prado 150, very original. So make sure you put that in when you go into the checkout and you get yourself a bit more of a discount. But yeah, awesome products as you can see, and highly recommend them. And as I said, they're very friendly here. And if you need any help, they've got a really good service department that can help you over the phone. And which you shouldn't have any problems anyway, but if you did, they're there to help. So I'll leave it there, guys. See you on the next one.
They're coming to film you.
Now I've been just had a bit of a sneaky look around the place here, and look what I found. These guys, they're cooking up a bit of a feast here. Look at them. Now you guys have got the battery box going on the...
Oh, we've got the 2000 watt battery station, mate. Powering our little induction cooker to cook some pasta.
Oh, even these guys are using them. What have you got cooking here, mate?
I've got a chicken bacon chorizo pasta, bud.
Now what time's that going to be ready?
It's 12 o'clock on the dot, mate.
I should be around.
Don't stress.
Stretch it out a bit.
I'll fix you up a bowl, mate. Don't stress.
That's awesome. You got the induction cooker going with the PS2000. Tell you what, eh? So you guys even use these products?
Absolutely, every day, mate. It's what we live and breathe.
Now, someone told me too, you've got a fridge running off it as well.
Yeah, we do. This fridge here, so it's powering the induction and the fridge
at the same time.
At the same time.
Mate, that's great. But don't they give you power here, mate? Out here in this little shed.
It's rare to come across, that's for sure. Grab that straight up.
There you go, ITECHWORLD. Woo! Look at my brother here. He's a nice bloke. He's got the daughter's car here, and he's been waiting for me for an hour and a half. Look at him. Eh? Well, folks, here we are. We got Kim in the car, got me, and we're just leaving ITECHWORLD. Kim's been sensational. He's been waiting in the car for me for nearly 2 hours while I did a bit of a tour of ITECHWORLD. And now we're heading off for lunch, are we, mate? Going into town for a bit of lunch.
Yeah, for lunch.
Awesome.